Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is to give you all some tips and tricks on how to write a hotshot trucking business plan, as well as how to use a basic financial model to identify pretty much, how many miles you need to drive a day and what is the average mileage charge per day. What does that need to be in order for you to achieve your monthly profits? Also, that basic financial model that I show you, that can be expanded upon to show you, to build your pro forma financial projections for the next 12 months, the next 5 years, and even your pro forma balance sheet. All right, so the way the video is going to work is I'm going to give you all a little bit of background about me, why I feel I'm qualified to give you all some tips and tricks on writing a hotshot business plan. Also, from that point, we're going to dive into some tips and tricks for writing your own hotshot business plan. And then finally, we're going to wrap it up with a quick summary, and then you'll be off to the races. All right, so with that said, and as promised, a little bit about me. I am a professional business writer, specifically a business plan writer. So if y'all want to avoid all the fun and excitement and the personal growth opportunities of writing your own hotshot business plan, just pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I would be absolutely delighted to help y'all write up the business plan for you. If you've already written your hotshot business plan and is looking really good, however, there are some loose ends maybe in your business plan, or there might be some loose ends in your financial projections. Whatever they are, one of my books that I do publish on Amazon.com in relations to business plan writing, as well as pro forma financial projections and understanding financial statements, one of those books may be able to help, so just check me out on Amazon. And then finally, I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert for both business and finance. So if you've got your business plan for your hotshot trucking and it's already done, and you've got a pretty little bow on it and it's looking just phenomenal. However, it's those pesky digits, those numbers that are just tripping you up and giving you a hard time, keeping you up at night. Again, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. Be delighted to do those financial projections for you. All right, with the infomercial all done, let's talk about your hotshot trucking business plan and some tips and tricks. So tip number one, in regards to your company description, for the most part, from my experience in working with a lot of hotshot truckers throughout the U.S., when you're starting your hotshot trucking company, inevitably there's going to be a specialty, because almost all of them they're using those the Fords 3500s or the Ram 3500, the dually trucks and what have you. So the equipment's pretty much the same. However, it's the freight transported inevitably is going to differ. Usually it's going to be either heavy machinery, it could be cars or trucks that they're transporting, or it could be even RVs, finished RVs or finished trailers that you're transporting for industries or for manufacturers. So whatever your specialty, whatever you envision your specialty to be, make sure to state that you might do heavy machinery or you might do cars, but your specialty is going to be RVs. And then once you state that specialty, then expand upon that thought and idea. Why is that your specialty? Do you have an in with the manufacturer? Is your brother-in-law's cousin's sister, is that person a part owner of a used car lot, and they need your services to transport vehicles to and from auctions? Whatever it is, whatever your specialty is going to be, make sure to set a broad scope for your hotshot trucking as what you may transport, but then drill down on what your specialty is going to be. Make sure you provide enough details to that. The second tip for your company description for your hotshot trucking company is going to be to introduce and to pepper in some industry statistics. And when you do that, it's going to provide you with some benefits. First, it's going to show that you're an expert in the industry. You know your stuff. You've done the research, and here is the proof of it. Also, when you introduce your statistics, such as the hotshot trucking right now is generating about $86 billion in revenues, and that it's growing annually, these revenues, at about a 2.1% growth rate annually, and is projected to continue to grow like that for the next 5 or so years. When you introduce that information, yes, you're showing that you're an industry expert, and yes, you've done your research, but it's also adding credibility to your business plan. It shows that, yes, this information is correct. As long as you source it properly, use your footnotes, and then you're showing, yes, this information is correct. And then once you're done with the company description section and you get to the industry research section and you show in this, with statistics that this information is correct, and then you get into the marketing section and you play the same game. You show that this information is correct by using your industry research and using your citations. By the time you get up to your startup costs, and by the time you get to your financial projections, when those are just guesses, you've already trained your reader, whoever it may be, whether it's an investor or a lender or an underwriter, you've already trained this person that this is a factual document and all this stuff is correct. Once they get to your projections and your startup costs, inevitably, hopefully, they're going to be thinking, yeah, this is going to be correct, and they're going to buy into your projections because of the information that you've already provided that is factual. So in summary, when you tie in some statistics, it's showing A, you are an industry expert, you've done the research, and B, this is a factual document, and hopefully the factual document, as it goes further when you get to your assumptions, you've already set the foundation that you've done the research, and this is where the information is predicated upon, and hopefully you're going to have a higher likelihood of them buying your projections as compared to not including the statistics and not establishing yourself as an industry expert. All right, tip number 2 is going to be the financial projections. I love working with truckers, especially hotshot truckers. And when I'm working with truckers, one of the biggest things they want to know is how many miles do they need to put under their tires? How many, what is the average price per mile they need to do in order to achieve their profits? Now, for the scope of this video, I am not going to get into a full-blown showing you all how to do a financial model and how to tie that into your 12-month projections and tie into your five-year annual projections and then moving that into your pro forma balance sheet. But what I am going to show y'all is how to do just a real quick and clean financial model that's going to help you identify some price points and to be able to help you determine what your monthly profits are going to be based on those price points. So here is the model. It took me about 10 minutes to create, and then I just customized this for all the different businesses, industries that I work with. And it's broken into 3 segments. First segment is your revenues. Second segment is your monthly fixed cost, and then your monthly profits. And the way that I designed this is I'm going to start with average daily miles. So how many miles are you going to be driving on a daily basis for your hotshot trucking? In this example, we're saying you're going to be putting underneath your truck 400 miles a day. Next, we need to identify what is the average sales price. How much are we going to get paid per mile? For this example, $2.50. Our variable cost is going to include our fuel, and it's going to include maintenance. For the simple fact is, if our truck is parked, we're not burning gas, and we're not wearing down the tires and the transmission and such. So our variable costs are going to be an estimate of what our fuel is going to be per mile and what our maintenance is per mile. In this example, 80 cents. Once we have our variables identified, then what we're going to do is we're going to calculate our gross profit, and we're going to simply deduct our variable cost from our sales price. We're then going to go ahead and multiply our gross profit per mile by the number of miles we anticipate driving on a daily basis. In this example, 400. That's going to give us a total gross profit of 680. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to estimate how many days in the month we're going to be working. In this particular example, we're going to say that we're going to be working 26 days, which is about, on average, 6 days a week. So once we multiply that 26 by the 680, that's going to give us our total monthly gross profits. In this example, again, $17,680. Once we calculate that, we're going to bring it down here to our monthly gross profits under our monthly profit section. And then we're going to go ahead and now deal with our monthly fixed cost. In this example, we're saying our lease is going to be about $2,000, labor about $2,500, utilities $500, marketing $500, supplies $400, and then we're going to have accounting, legal, and insurance about $500. That's probably going to be closer to maybe $800 or $900. So we're going to change that to about $900. And then miscellaneous, the wonderful end-all catch-all of $800. Who knows what we're going to be running into out there doing our hotshot trucking. So let's throw in just a rainy day monthly fee of $800. Once we do that, we total it up. For this example, $7,600. and we're going to take that $7,600 there, and we're going to plug it in down there. The next step, what we're going to do is we're going to calculate our monthly profits. To do that, we're going to take that $17,680, deduct it from the monthly cost of $7,600. It's going to give us our monthly net profits of $10,080. So since we have this model, what we can now do is that if the price in the market maybe goes up for hotshot trucking to $3, we can just come right back to this model, change our variable cost, or change our average sales price, and we can see how that's going to impact our profits. But let's say our variable cost, the gasoline's going up a lot higher. Well, we can change our variable cost, and again, we can see on what's that's going to impact our net profits. From there, we can then go ahead and start identifying what we need to do for a average sales price in order to accommodate and meet our net profits. So in this example, is if our variable cost for fuel and such goes up to $1.50 a mile, well, we now need to start charging $3.25 a mile in order to attain our $10,000 net profits. So there's a lot of different usages for this quick and simple model. And also, if we want to blow this up into a 12-month projection, we can quickly do that by using this revenues right here. So we've got our revenues here, we've got our monthly fixed cost here, and our monthly profits here. We can just build out month 1 through month 12, plug in these numbers, and the only thing we're missing is some growth rates, and voila, within a short period of time, we're then going to have our 12-month projections knocked out, and we can take that into our pro forma 5-year projections as well as our balance sheet. So there's a lot of usages for this nice, clean, short financial model, not only to identify current price points that we need to achieve in order to get our profits, but also long-term to construct our financial statements for our business plan. All right, so hopefully this information was helpful. And so in summary, when you're writing your hotshot trucking business plan, make sure to use a proven format. You can go to the SBA website, download a general template that you can use for the hotshot trucking. You can also use it for a restaurant and a manufacturing company, and then you can also use it for I don't know, an electrician company and a plumbing company and a construction company. You can use that general template for a whole bunch of industries. The only problem is you need to be able to figure out and identify what information you need in that template and what information you don't need. By the time you're done with that, it might have been easier just to start from scratch. So if you're going to use a general template, at least use one that's customized for the hotshot trucking industry. Next, keep the star of the show as the business. Now, there's a huge demand for truckers out there, and sometimes I'll get a business plan from a trucker, and all they're doing is telling me how huge of a demand there is for truckers. And there's 18,000 jobs available right now, and that's projected to grow $5,000 or 5,000 more driver shortages in the next several years. And I get so many statistics that I now know all this stuff about the industry for the trucking, but I know nothing about what they're going to be hauling. I don't know where their location is going to be. I don't know, are they going to be doing on a regional basis? Are they going over the road with the hotshot trucking? What are they doing? Give me a broad understanding, a good, well-rounded understanding of your business. And keep the star of the show as a business. Don't drill down on just one particular segment of the business. Describe the whole thing, the who's, the what's, the where's, and why's, and the how's. And finally, when you're writing your hotshot trucking business plan, if you need a little bit of assistance, whether it be for the business plan itself or for the financial model, please don't hesitate to pick up the phone, give me a call, send me a text, send me an email. I'd be absolutely delighted to assist. If you are going to be writing your own trucking hotshot trucking business plan, and you do want some more tips and tricks on how to write a hotshot trucking business plan, just go to my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/how to write a hotshot trucking business plan. If you'd like a template that is geared towards that industry, the hotshot trucking industry, then feel free to go to my website, qualitybusinessplan.com/hotshot trucking business plan template. And I do have some templates there that are available for purchase that are designed for the hotshot trucking industry. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you'd like to give me a thumbs up on YouTube, and then as always, go out and make a little bit of money. Thank you.